up, guys? I'm here. Just gonna be like, shooting the shit and playing some bad business because it's what 2:30 a.m. and fucking night stuff. So what is on the plan for today? Well, I feel like let's talk about like comfort zones and stuff, right? More precisely, like the embarrassment aspect that comes from going outside, right? And this is like a pretty sort of core thing of mine that I've just kind of resonated with a lot recently, especially because now I'm at like university, I'm moving out, I'm living independently, truly sort of like express myself fully, right? Not that I couldn't at home. My parents are very lovely, very nice and welcoming. But new city, new people, new environment. None of the really, old social restraints of living in your hometown, right? And so yeah, I've had a lot more of a chance to just go out and do everything. Now I'm more of like I'm a weird mix. I'm a bit of an ambivert, right? So I stick to myself, but if I'm in a social situation, I'm down to talk. You just gotta start talking to me first. Yeah, that's like a pretty like common thing. I just go out, have fun, but where's the volume here? Okay, it is kind of low anyway. That's kind of just what I do, and I've had the ability to just go out and do shit, and I genuinely feel much better for it because I would be worried, right? Oh, what if I see X, Y, Z? What if HTP? These are just like placeholders. What if ABC turns up? How would what would they think of me doing this? And just gotta start not giving a damn. And it basically everything like this started because I saw this one quote from Dostoevsky. I don't remember it exactly, but it's something along the lines of nowadays people are too scared to be seen as ridiculous and are all the worse for it. And that really hit me because we're like entering a new realm of sort of nonchalantness. People just being too cool and everything. And are they really better off? Do they feel better because of it? Hiding how they truly act just to appear in some way. Putting on an act. Being performative. And I don't think they are better off. I don't think they do feel better. I think they just feel like they have to be a certain way because, I don't know, for social validation, I guess. And I was like, damn, alright. Kind of true, kind of wild. And yeah, it's led to me to trying out new things I normally wouldn't as much. For example, I've been testing out with a little bit of eyeliner. That's gone pretty well. Nothing too wild, just a little bit of like the sort of coral thing around the waterline. That's been pretty fun. And I've been making new friends, going out to places, and it's generally been just a whole lot of a better experience, I guess. So I can put it. And I think, we've just gotta all, when I say we, I mean like everyone, just gotta log in and just do what they really want to do, have a bit of fun, go out, go places, be and express who they are, and just not really give a fuck if, of what other people will think. This, of course, comes with the caveats of making sure that, you're not doing anything too wild, right? Don't just go around doing like hateful things or whatever. Like, just let's not, you know. But as long as you're just going out, having fun, and embracing your true self, because I feel like you've got, you know, at least sort of like 3 forms of self here. Okay, I don't know if this is if this is someone else's idea, but you know. So I feel like we've got the true self here, right? And that's how you really are. That's like how you act, right, at your core. This is who you truly are. And then you've got, you know, the self of you that is you when you know you're being perceived, right? So it's the perceived self. And so, you know, you obviously act differently in when you know people are gonna see and are gonna react than if you were just in a vacuum, right? And then third one, I didn't really think that far, but it's mainly just those two, right? The true self and the perceived self. But then there's like some sort of compromise there, which can I think be made in where they sort of undergo fusion, in which there's that which is achieved when someone is truly sort of, you know, confident in themselves. And I think that's just like a beautiful sort of thing when it happens. Oh, come on. And I think it's a sort of, you know, interesting situation. Sorry, I was just kind of focusing there, and yeah, you know, I must say, should have probably put. People know it'd be really rambly. I just want to, like, you know, have a bit of a chat about things while we're playing this game. Just having a little bit of fun. I feel like doing something while talking just makes it so much better for everyone. Okay, we've got another knifer. Yeah, essentially. What's up? I hope you have enjoyed this sort of ramble session, and hasn't been too, you know, I don't know, too far out. Remember, you know, stay safe, have fun, always in that